Uh, till yesterday, we discussed about you know how to create a module, uh, how to create a program using module, and how to create a module with no main. There was no main inside a module, and how to call another module from one module, and how to export a procedure in a module. And this concept, and also we saw that bind by copy concept also, like we changed the module and we did not compile, we did not recreate the program. So previous program was referring to older objects because it copied that module. So we saw the bind by copy concept also. So today we will start with a bind by reference. We will learn bind by reference concept. Before to that, first we will try to create a service program, and we'll see how a bind by reference works and how service program works. I can reutilize this one, or I can write a new mm, uh, module also for a calculator. Okay. I will reutilize instead of writing the same thing. I will reutilize this module. Instead of reutilizing, I will copy three. So this module I am going to use for service program one. We will be creating a service program one, and we will be utilizing. I will create a program two using module one. Okay. So what I am going to do, it got compiled because I did not change any line. Whatever it was there, multiplication and division, the same thing I am keeping here. But in order to create a service program, we need a module, and another thing is the very important thing is a binder language we will learn here. Because we have seen, like if we are not going to use a binder language, so what will happen? Whenever you will update your service program, so a system will go and it will try to fetch that service program, and service program is not available, so we'll get a signature violation error. In order to avoid that, we are going to use a binder language. I will tell you what exactly and how binder language works. Uh, uh, okay. Before that, let me create a house service program. Uh, in order to create a service program, first what I have to do, create a module, then create a binder language. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, shall we start? Okay. So I wrote a step how to create a service program. So here, step one, create a module, which we know how to create a module, right? Second step is create a binder language, and then third step will be create a service program. And then, if you have to use your service program, then create PGM, and in that one you have to use service program. So first, this is the step to create a service program. Now, so here till this thing how to create a module, yeah, and using procedure and all, right? So we'll discuss first binder language. Why binder language we are going to create, and how to create, what is the usage. The main usage of service program, as like yesterday also I told you, uh, this is mainly used for generic. All those functionality, all those procedures which are generic, we are going to use we are going to create a service program. Here, suppose the first thing is, very rarely you will find any changes in service programs. We do not do often. That's what we create a generic where very rarely we are going to update anything. Even though if you need upgradation of your procedure, so you can go ahead and you can do it. But make sure that whatever the older functionality it was there, and which couple of places they wanted to use older only, they will use older functionality. If they wanted to use a newer one, they can use newer one both. So in service program concept, we can retain old functionality as well as new also. So what we can do it. So this binder language concept, it help us to do that one. So suppose I have created a service program, suppose SRB PGM1, using addition and subtraction. Two procedures are there. Okay. So I have created, and suppose my signature is SIG0001. Yeah, yeah. That also we can do, or system defined signature also comes. Here you can see, here system is taking, in this scenario in binder language, system is taking. Here I can define a signature. I can write a signature over here, and I can mention that this will be for the signature. So suppose signature 001 is there for this service program. Okay. Now there is service program we used by PGM1, PGM. Let me write in commas. PGM1, PGM2, PGM3, PGM4, PGM5. Total 5 programs are using this service program. Okay, till here there is no issue. Now what I did, I added, I updated the service program S, SRV PGM1, and what I did, addition was already there, then subtraction was also there. I added division and multiplication. So I added two new procedures, and I updated my service program. So and so my signature changed 0002, suppose. Now, but only program 4 and program 5, they wanted to use this procedure. Program 1, program 2, and program 3 only, they are fine with older, whatever it was there, they are fine. Okay. So what we will do, we will update these two programs with actually there is no need to update here. Just what I am going to do, I will go and I will update binder language. No, nothing. Because what we are going to do here if you see, if any time a program will call this service program, it will come and it will check, okay, how many this one are exported. So all are matching and this program level is star current, means this is the latest one. If so, what in binder language what we will do, we will make this signature as a previous star ERB, and this signature will become star current, star current. So here if you see star current is there, right? So this is the latest one. If more than one will be there, let me check. We have, I have example of more than one or not. I don't know for which batch I took. Okay, no, in this one I don't have. Somewhere I had, but I just forgot. Somewhere I had two levels of it. It will be there. Here today I will show you how to do, so that we can do it. So this program no need to change now, but these two programs are using these two procedures. We will in this program we will come and we'll add those procedures. We'll compile this program, and binder language only we change. So these two programs now will start picking this signature instead of picking this one. But these three programs will go and it will pick this signature only because we have not compiled. We will not change. Got it, right? Because these three program, program 1, program 2, program 3, they don't need division and multiplication. So if you see here, even though we change the service program, whichever program needed new functionality, only those need to be recompiled, and you not recompile, you have to put a code here to use this division, like how to call this procedure, how to call this procedure, that code you have to write it. So anyway, if you are changing a code, you have to recompile. But whichever program which doesn't need those new functionality, they can stick on their older one. Got it, right? Okay. So now I will go to first. I don't have in this server. I don't have SRV SRC. Yeah. Okay. Not coming correctly. Okay. Wait. Hello. Now it is better or same? Now. Okay. So what exactly I am going to do? I am going to create a new source physical file, because in this server I don't have a new source physical file, that is QSRV We keep our this one all binder language in QSRV Mhm. In layman term, I can say this is the binder language is a kind of traffic signal. it gives you a direction uh, where exactly you have to go. So if program 1 is calling SRV PGM1, so before calling SRV PGM1, it will contact binder language, boss, where I have to go. Binder language, you will type that, okay, pick this signature. Even though service program 1, both have name service program 1 only, but signatures are different. Even we can have more signatures also. So always one star current will be there and n number of star previous will be there. So it will guide the program which signature and which version you have to pick of your service program. If you want to maintain older versions of service program also. Actually nobody asks, I mean, literally, I mean, in interview nobody will ask directly that what is viral MS. Actually, they will ask what is signature violation error. And in setting, they will expect an answer from you that you have to tell that binder language, due to binder language, we can avoid signature violation error. And how, like if I don't have a binder language, then what will happen, or I have not maintained my binder language, I updated my signature, this one, I made it to star current, and this signature gone, right? So what it will happen, program 1 will come, and program 1 was compiled with signature 001, but program 1 will come and it will search for in this one 001, but you don't find, so it will say that signature violation error. So binder language will avoid you know, getting signature violation error. But again, people ask in the interview, but very rarely you will see in any system that somebody is doing that thing, signature violation error. Everybody maintains. Create source peer. So I created. I'll go here. Another thing, uh, if you see here, I will do CRT SRV PGM. So if you see, by default, QSRV SRC comes. So that's why I created QSRV SRC. Because I mean IBM, the way they have designed that, they will be thinking that my binder language will be here. Fine. And another thing, always we try to keep same name of module as a binder language. Okay. To avoid confusion also, that you can change it. But you know, if even though if you won't put any name also, if you see here, create SRV PGM. Here I will put my service program name. Here it will be my module name, and export. If you will see here, source file, a specific file, uh, source member. Source member will be here, this one only, right? So that's why we keep the same name, but I mean, you can change name also. So I will create here new modl3. Type will be here B and D type. Binder for modl3. Okay. Here there is a command called start pgm export. This is uh -huh. Yeah. This command will be used to export which how many procedures I am going to export. I mean how many procedure I am going to make it global. If you see here in this one, I am mentioning all procedure which I am going to export it. So I am writing export and then this procedure, export then this procedure, right? So here I have to write a list of this one, which all procedure I am going to export it. And another thing, if you will see here, signature. Either you can mention your signature, whatever signature you wanted to. But if you see in this scenario, I did not mention signature. Only I mentioned program level. So whatever program level means, this is a star current. Like whatever the current signature will be there, it will pick the latest one. Else some places we mention signature also here. We could do hard coding signature. And it will be okay. So how many procedure I am going to make a global? So export symbol and my procedure name. So one is addition, sorry, multiplication, right? Multiplication, and another was subtract, division. Division. Okay. So only these two procedures I am going to export it. So I will come out. That's it. So here we have a module 3. So in Excel sheet you will see what I told. Create a module, we did. Create a binder language, we did, right? Now what I am going to do, CRT service, so create service program. So now we are going to use a new this one uh, command, create service program. So I can write is VPGM1. This program module program is getting created using modl3, and yeah, one thing I have to change star roll, star roll. So this my service program got created in library. If you will see here, work obj srv pgm1. Oh, already it was there. So this one in 161 I created now. If you see here, it will be yeah, 3rd August 2016, right? So we created this one. This was long, right? Let me check. Okay, yeah, yeah, this is earlier. So this one we created. I can, I mean BSP, PGM also we can do PGM one. Oh, I mean you can see here detail also. So using one module we created. Fine. Any doubt? Yeah, yeah. Right, right. This one is, is a system defined signature. Mhm. Okay. So here you saw that procedure which we are going to export it, and this, see, this is the signature. Sometimes we update service program, no? At that time we maintain. Now I can say create service. And one thing I will show. I wanted to show you one thing. Anyway, okay. So we created our uh, uh, service program. Now, how we are going to use this, right? So, what we did in this one, we did all three steps. Service program we created, but how my service program is going to be used? Like we saw how modules were getting used in this one. So, in order to do that, again I have to create a program. Some program is going to use because service program directly you cannot call. So, what I am going to do, I will be creating a new program. That's what I mentioned. Program two. Program one is for bind by copy. This will be bind by reference. So I will create CRT PGM. It will be PROGRAM program 2. Here, what I am going to do, the main module I am going to keep as a module 1, and this is main module 1. And bottom, if you will see here, bind service program. There is another this one. So here I will mention SRVPGM1. I will mention it should pick from this library only. So there will be no confusion. Earlier what we were doing? Earlier we were listing all modules here, right? Now what I am doing? I just added the main module because the entry module has to be there, right? And then my service program. So now if I will create this one, program to created in library. Now I can call my program. Call PROGRAM program 2. 15. So addition it did, and then subtraction it did. This is from module only. Now next thing it will do from service program. Division, and now this one your multiplication, right? So this we did, and now you can see in this one also strdbg PROG. PROG. I did not compile with this one. Uh, I did not compile with star source. Again, I have to. Okay, anyway, no issue. Let me compile this again. I wanted to show you. It's created. Let me create a service program again. I will create a service program. Then create PGM, and now I can do PGM PROG from 2 to PT mod 1 is also not having this one. Okay, no issue. So I will compile this one with source. I will now only I will create my program, create PGM, because already service program this one I did compile with star source. I will create. Now I will do a debug. So only I will concentrate on division, because subtraction and addition is it's speaking from here only. So no need to worry. I put breakpoint over here and then I will do call program 2. So in for this one, if you will see F10, so it is in the same program is 2 and module 1, because inside only we did it, right? So this is from in the same it's speaking. For subtraction also it is speaking. Now for division we'll see. I will go there. See, it's going into module 3 and program is service program. Right? Getting right? How service program can be used. Okay. So it came here and it returned. And similarly for multiplication also it will go to my service program. See, it came to service program. Right? Getting right? Okay. So now it came back. Now I came back to program 2 and module 1. This was the main module. So let's end. Okay. Now, so what we learned, uh, uh, service program can be used inside any, any module or any program can call a service program, right? Suppose, like earlier also I told you, Excel sheet or PDF generation we were doing. So suppose I have to generate a PDF, but before to PDF I have to have some module, right? Like employee report I am going to generate. So I generated those reports. So I created one module to generate a report. Then I attach a service program with that. That service program convert those reports into Excel sheet. So I will attach that service program so that it will convert. Getting right? So we learned the concept of, till here we learned, right? Till here any doubt? Fine, right? Okay. Now, binder language also we learned, right? Binding directory. Okay. Coming to binding directory, what exactly binding directory is? Sometimes what will happen, like if you are going to uh, uh, create a program, and in a real time what happens, sometimes some program will be having some 20, 30, 40 modules. Now imagine when I am doing this command create pgm f4, and here modules, that many modules will be there. How somebody is going to take care? Now how many modules, I mean how we are going to take care here? If you miss one module name, then you are gone. Correct? It will be really difficult to find it out. So in order to avoid that, we have a concept called binding directory. What exactly we do in binding directory, if you see here, I will show some existing program. Here see, binding directory we have mentioned. What we will be doing in HSpec, we will write binding directory. Binding directory. This is the name of binding directory. So yeah, we have to define. Now I will create a binding directory here. We will create a binding directory and we attach our modules inside this binding directory. So what exactly I have to do? I will use any procedure. I know that this procedure in this module. Instead of while creating my program, instead of mentioning that module name, because you will be wondering, right? Some procedure is there, and Then you have to find that module name. You have to keep Excel sheet, right? Okay, this is the procedure name, this is the module. This procedure I use, so this module I have to bind, right? Attach. So here what I will do, all related functionality modules will keep in one binding directory. So instead of listing all those modules, I will just add a binding directory. So whichever procedure belongs to which module, no, in that binding directory, it will go and it will attach that one. So how we'll do here, crt pnd dir, create binding directory. I will create F1 first and oh, because I think one this is there. It was there, I believe. Let me check. Or it's not there. Okay, so I can create. From here also I can create. New and okay. Okay. So this got created binding directory. Okay. Getting? Okay. Now, if you see here, options are there. Work with binding directory entries. So here I came. Which module I have to add? So I will add modl1, module 1. Type will be star mod module. Module. Library is activation group. I will not write. So it added, right? I will add another module modl2 star module. This will pick anyway library. So in both module I added, right? Now here what I am going to do here now. Program 1 was there, right? If you see a DSP PGM program 1, two modules are there. Now I am going to delete the program 1 work obj program 1. I will delete this object. Now it's not there, right? Now instead of this one, what I will do here now, bnd dir, I will mention SNG bnd. Fine, and I will recompile this. Hope you are getting and you are in sync. There is no confusion, right? Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah. Okay. So now, while creating PGM, create PGM, what I will do? I will do program 1. This will be BNDL1, right? Oh, oh shit, module 1, modl1. Okay. Now it created. Remember yesterday when I was creating and I did not mention second module name, so it was not creating, right? But I did not mention module name. Yesterday it was showing that that multiplication and division procedures is not defined or kind of, right? Yeah, but now if you see, we did not add a module 2 here. Only I added module 1 only, but it got created. Now if you do a DSP module 2 will be also there. See, I did not add it anywhere module 2, but how it picked? It picked due to those procedures. Those procedures I use now, division and multiplication. Those procedures are in module 2 only, and module 2 is in binding directory, so it picked. Got it? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Here I mean in module I mentioned, na? Yeah, yeah. In the main module I mentioned. Okay. Another way also we can do. Couple of guys what they do, no? What I did that is the best way. I always try to keep in H spec only. But one thing whatever it will be option is there in H spec, that will be there in compilation also. If you see here, F10 I will take binding directory option we have here. In case you don't want to change your module, or like earlier you have not used binding directory, simply use, so while compilation you can come and add here binding directory, so it will solve things, right? So any option, I mean, if you see here, we can use in hspec, like if you be seeing we write option and this one, I can show you many option if you will see here, no? um, we will be, or I mean, in another way, whatever you wanted to, you can see here that most of the things will be used inside HSpec. Okay. So till here, any doubt? So I mean, till here your ILE concepts are clear, right? Okay. Now a major topic is activation group. Uh, Activation group is nothing related to coding or programming. Mainly, this is for uh, utilizing a memory, how efficiently I can utilize my memory of AS400 system. Okay. So till now, like if you see here in this programs EMP RPG1, here if you see, whenever I was starting a program, at the end I was writing this line, right? But without knowing what this line does, till now we did not see anything. I mean, have you seen anything that this line affects anywhere? There is no logic, right? Yeah, while compilation only you are seeing. But why? Why system is asking for that? The reason for this is whenever we call any program. So, I will show you one example here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I did not get, sorry. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. 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 It will work as it is. Yeah. No. See. I think you are completely in misconception. I will show you one nice example here. In my current application, I will show you. Let me show you whether that type of code is there or not. If you won't believe, in couple of program, the first line is star INLR on. Like in India, people ask that after INLR on whether I can write, read, and all those things. You can do whatever you wanted to do. You can do it. There is nothing related to star INLR, to what you are writing, what you are not writing. I will show you. I don't know whether, or I can send you some, I mean, in daytime sometime. I will send you a code where the first line, many, n number of program, not one or two. Majority of program, is, yeah, that's what I will tell you now. Let me show whether here only I have or not. AUT, it's probably no. I'm not sure in this one it is there or not. Okay, anyway, I will show you. I will send you one program. I think here in this whatever that again I have to reconnect to VPN. Okay. So the thing is star INLR on. It tells a system that boss, I am going to. I mean this program is going to be last line. I mean based on it says that last record. So that's what I wanted to show you one example here. I will call EMPRPG1. I did this one F6. Now here I cannot use. Okay, again let me open. So I'll show you one nice thing, and then probably you will understand. Now I will do work user job. So this one is the work user job, right? I will take 5 and I will take a call stack. In call stack, if you are seeing EMPRPG1 and EMPRPG2 both is there, right? Now this LR on concept applies here only. If you see here in another session, the moment I will come out and LR on is there, all, if you see here, it went out from this one, right? All memories has been allocated to EMPRPG2 has been deallocated now. So that is the usage of LR on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, again I told you first line also you can write it. I mean some places I press F3 and I am in F3 condition. I am damn sure that I am not going to call this program again. I can do a LR on, or I know that okay, no, I want to keep those files and memory allocated, so I'll do a return, right? So it's not that I mean in one program, if you I don't know whether we have here or not. Let me open some bigger program. MN103 are not. Oh no, all small, small. I think here probably you may get it. Star IN plus one place. Okay, only one place is in this one. I mean, at least 10 places you can find it. That is not an issue. You can write any number of places based on your condition. So LR on is only to when when execution starts and system will find that LR on is there. After that, the moment program will come out from a call stack, it will release all memories. It will deallocate all memories. That's it. Nothing else. Have you got it, or still you have a confusion on this one? because if you read couple of documents and people has put a lot of misconception over here. Not only that, sometimes in normal interview they will be asking that I have a return. Program A is there and program A is calling program B, and I did some record and I did return and I will come back and I will do. Just simply will try. First, you won't be able to create the scenario itself. They just forget the major thing is when you are doing that, you have to share your file, and that will only applicable your file is shared. Otherwise, it not. And normally, you won't find any file will be shared access. For that, either you have to do a override or while compilation only you have to do a share. Then only you can create a scenario. But simply people ask. But if somebody will ask that, can you create it? Half of the people they will won't be knowing that how to do that, how to create the scenario. So some still confusion will be is there among the people, but this is the thing that star LR on is whenever you will end your program, whatever you did it will deallocate. Otherwise, you can come with a return also. So like local variable I created, say variable, local variable, array, data structure, all those memory will be as it is. Getting right? Not confused? Okay, I will tell you a very nice example. Like I don't know whether you have heard about Manhattan Associates or not. There is an organization called Manhattan Associates, which works on PKMS. Product is called PKMS. That is very famous product on supply chain management. Huh? Okay, okay. So, like PKMS is a very famous product on of Manhattan Associates. In PKMS, if you see their program, how their program design is, because they designed long back, like in 1992, 95. So each program, they are creating in, they will be having a three modes. One is init mode, another is process mode, and another is shutdown mode. What they were doing in init mode, like here, what we were doing, EMP-RPG1 was calling EMP-RPG2, right? Just simply we called EMP-RPG1 is calling EMP-RPG2. That's it. What they will do before calling in each subroutine, they will call all programs whichever belongs to. So what they will do, all files will be open, and they will come back with a return, and their files are in share. Okay. Now in a process, they will call all programs in really how we are calling. And in shutdown mode, they will again call all those programs and they will go there and only they will do star in lr equal to star on. So same program will be called minimum three times. In a process, if based on logic you have to call 10 times, then they will call. But one they will be calling in init to open all files, and one they were calling in shutdown. So what they were doing, like in the return, they will be calling. So what they were doing, they will be opening those files, they will be opening all programs, and a memory has been allocated. They came back. Then in process they are going and there, all those business logic will get executed. Once everything is done, then they will go and they will go in a shutdown mode, and they will just LR on. So, so to deallocate all memories now. But this was a very old method of doing. So to handle our programs. Now, what we can do it whenever we know that this functionality belongs to all programs related to same module or same functionality. What we will do, we will use activation group concept where I will compile my programs under that activation group. So what will happen is, so any program under that activation group will be called, they will be sharing those memory among themselves. So in this scenario, suppose in this flow, suppose I call 10 programs, PGM1, PGM2, or PGM3 programs. So they will be sharing memory among themselves. So instead of doing this, what I can do, I can create activation group, and suppose I am taking example of banking domain. So like core banking, core bank. So all PGM1, PGM2, and PGM3 will be compiled in using this activation group. So first I called PGM1. It allocated some memory and it is working. Then I from PGM1 I called PGM2. So PGM2 will also share the same memory with PGM1. Again I called PGM3. So this will also share the same memory among themselves. So sharing memory, and whenever it will come out, so no need to this do shutdown LR on. The moment it will come out, all memory will be deallocated. So this is to grouping. I mean memory will be, I mean our program species will be grouped together. So I mean they will be sharing those memory, and identifying the similar kind of functionality where we are going to use. So they will be sharing memory among themselves. You are getting? Okay. So in activation group also we have a couple of type. Like if you are using core banking, your bank is, I mean, suppose you have logged in into your bank account, you went there, you are doing some activity. So they will be sharing memory among themselves, all those programs. Suppose you click on some other features and you wanted to see that country, list of country. So for list of country, that program will be used in the first screen also, like creation of users or n number of places, that country, list of country or list of state, right? So what we can, this is a generic kind of functionality is there, list out of country or listing of states or IFSC code kind of things. This is generic, and that will be not only core banking, other modules also, those functionality will be available. So those programs, what we can do it, we can create with, there is another type in activation group is called star caller. So that generic program I will compile with star caller. So whichever program will call this generic program, it will share a memory among themselves. Yeah, whatever, suppose program one is calling generic, this generic program, then whatever the activation group of program one will be there, that will be shared with generic. And if suppose program 10 is calling, and program 10 has a activation group called ACT1, so at this time generic will be also having activation group ACT1. But in this scenario, generic will be having activation group core bank, because this is calling this time, and if this is calling, then this activation group will be shared, getting right. So star caller, this was the name, whatever the name of we put core bank or whatever, and this is a star caller. Another is star new is also there. In star new, what we do, whenever you will be calling those programs, those will be running in a, they will create their own activation group. In a runtime, system will create a new activation group for those guys, and it will be running those activation group, and only for that program. And once that program is will come out from a stack, call a stack, activation group will be destroyed. So this star new is exactly similar to what we are doing now. For each program, a separate memory will be allocated. So in activation group, they told that okay, this will be under star new category. But what we are doing, we using star LR on, that is star new only. Got it right? So only to allocate memories, we need activation group. So when you will be compiling your program, uh, 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 let me show you. I don't know, in HSPEC also you can mention an activation group. Whether somebody has used, no. In HSPEC also you can use activation group. No, they have not used. No. Um, what I can do here is, let me do one thing. I will compile these two programs with option 15. I created a module for all. Okay. This is not related to activation group. Just I wanted to do something else. Okay. Uh, if I will, what I will do. See, activation group. So it is saying whatever the activation group of entry module is there, take that activation group. So here we can change. If you want your own activation group, you will mention that, okay, see, the program entry procedure module is examined, so whatever the this one will be there, it will pick. Else you can create a star new, you can do a star color, or you can specify the name of your activation group. Getting right? Module will be PMP, RP, P1, PMP, RPG2. This program got created. Let me check this PGM. See, activation group has become employee. So all those programs now will be running under this activation group. Okay. Now call MP employee. So now I whatever earlier we did this Safari program, I'm calling with employees. Have you observed? I created a program and I created this as a module, and we are using. I created this one also. I mean activation group for this one also, right? You got it right. So if, earlier we created this program with option 14. I mean normal program. Now if you see object also, work obj emp rpg one. So there will be two object, module also and this one also, program also. Earlier we created with a program. Now we created a module and we are using, right. Any doubt till here? Yeah, once you will go and create things, definitely you have to get out, because once you will start creating now, because seeing very simple, but once you will create, then definitely you will get some I mean some doubt, right. So anything in ILE? Uh-huh. Okay. when we were creating our activation group, right? Okay. Okay, you can see here. Where is that my create video? Okay. See, um, uh, when the program entry procedure module design, if the module attribute is RPGLE, COBOL LE, then activation group QAILE or this one is used. Exactly, exactly. Because if you will see here, see, and for this one also. So, whenever based on this two only, I mean RPG, COBOL, and CLLE, in those scenario only this will be applicable. Like when we are creating a C program or we are creating a C++, in those scenario it won't be, right? But like majority of places, if you find, uh, like we know that this belongs to same module, so we create a user defined activation group, and we keep our programs under that activation group. And for generic, like I told you, this will, so majority of time you will be find a generic, I mean star caller or a user defined this one. Star new very less you will find it, because again there is no use of, I mean creating a separate activation group for this star new. You will find it, but very less. But the star caller and this one, user defined, you will find it more in real time scenario. Okay. Okay. What else in ILE? What anything you want me to discuss, or if you want, yeah. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. See, um, I don't think anything we have left, because I use extensively ILE only. I mean, my all programs are SQL and ILE. If you see here also, na. So majority of program, any program if I will open, see SQL is there. Any program if I will open SQL, and so SQL will be with ILE only. Here this is look like this is not SQL. This is PF. That is so. Almost 90% of programs are SQL only and ILE. So we do not use more than this. We learned more Nomen. We learned this one copybook and all those things that you know, right? But actually, that doesn't come under ILE, but I just I saw, so I asked. Mm, yeah. So this we discussed only binding directive. We discussed binder language. We discussed. Yeah, I don't think anything more than. Uh, I mean, concept wise, nothing. The main thing is, see, coding again. Coding wise also, there is no much differences. Mainly while comparison and how you are going to create your program and how maintainability will be there, right? And procedure part you learned it. Okay. One document I will forward it to you. Let me do one thing. Yeah, yeah, but it's not much. Tomorrow we'll start SQL RPG. Uh, uh, in SQL RPG, mainly cursors are there that you have to learn it. Sorry. Parameter and procedures. This I am sending one PDF. It's very nice. Like PR and PI we discussed, right? So there are like couple of things are there. Constant, star no pass, all those things you know you can see. That I can explain now also. If you will see here, um, this is a PR. You can find a const, right? You will be find so here also if you will find constant, you will find somewhere star no pass. Okay, okay. So do you know the what is the meaning of all this? Okay, you tell me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Const is kind of, yeah. I mean, you are telling correct. Once we'll make it const, then it will be kind of input and I mean this is basically we make that variable as I mean parameter as input. Only we'll pass the variable well. And star no pass whenever we'll mention, sometimes you will be seeing percentage param and all. You have you seen or not? Uh, so what we do, sometimes we pass 10 parameters, sometimes we pass 4 parameters, for sometimes 3 parameters like that. So whichever variable on you will mention star no pass, then though that is not mandatory that you have to pass that parameter for that variable. You can ignore, like I will show you an example. Uh, like my program is there, PGM is there, and it has param 1, param 2, param 3, param 4. Now what I did, I write star no pass, no pass, pass, and here also star no pass. So either I can call PGM as a call PGM. I can pass only param1, PRM1, PARM2. That's it. Or I can call PGM. Uh, here I can pass PRM param3, and in another scenario I can pass call PGM PARM param1, sorry, PARM param2, PARM param3, PARM param4. 1 minute. One. Okay. So you got it right. Hello. Hello, Manish. Are you there? Hello. Hello. Are you there? Okay. So here, if you see, in this program we have four parameters, and for the last two parameter I wrote star no pass. So if I can, what I can do, I can pass with only two parameters also. No pass means no, not mandatory to pass the parameter. So the first scenario I can pass minimum two parameter. I cannot do only PARM1, then it will crash by default. But we can call PGM1 in this way also, and in PGM1 I can check that okay percentage param equal to 2, then handle program in this way. In that those scenarios, these two parameter we won't use. We can use in this way also. We can use it, but make sure that star no pass has to be the last one. You cannot write any other parameter with without no pass here. Like we cannot write param 5 here, and which doesn't have no pass. This is wrong. Getting right? So always star no pass will be at the end. Fine. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So today I'm stopping it here only. To come up with your doubts. I mean, you try come up with your doubts, and tomorrow we will start with SQL. Okay. So probably tomorrow and day after tomorrow. I mean, probably in 2 days we will be able to finish, because what we are going to do, we will create this file using SQL only. So we will alter this program, and we will. So first we will learn the basics of this one also, and if I will get a time today, I will send one or two PDF to you. If not, then tomorrow I will send it to you. Okay. Fine. Fine. Thank you. Bye.